Yeah, when it doesn't jam, it's a lot better.
Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and today I'm going to be building a thing. I haven't done any personal builds in a while, and it's definitely time that I did one. This one is one that I started as a result of a picture I saw online. I contacted the person who was responsible, which was Valour, from, I believe, Lionheart Blasters. His stuff will be in the description because I'm going to be using some parts of his. There will also be some other 3D printed parts that will also all be linked, as well as a kit, a couple of kits. So there's a lot of parts going into this one. This is going to be a fun build, which you will get to see when it's done. So, starting out, kind of the heart of this particular blaster is this new full auto kit. So the big thing that this one has is, one, it is a more robust kit in a number of ways. It has a larger full piece, which I'm not entirely sure how this even goes in, so that's going to be fun figuring out. Pretty sure I can work it out. Yeah, that's how it goes in. Okay, but it has two different pusher arms, a long one and a short one. The short one, I believe, is so that you can run half-dart magazines, which is just nifty. Which is kind of, like I said, the heart and soul of this blaster was I needed to be able to use half-dart magazines for this particular build, pretty much just for cosmetic reasons, but we will get into that once I get there. So, the new kit comes with a replacement trigger, which is pretty cool looking. Like I said, the two pushers, the full motor housing, and replacement switches. Presumably to be able to take the higher current, sure enough. So it's got the micro switch for the trigger, and a replacement switch for the rev, which is awesome. I'm not sure entirely what they are rated for. We are gonna find out. I'm going to be putting Michelle 2 motors in here and running it off of a 2S LiPo. Because I'm hoping that this is similar to the motor that is in the previous full auto kit, which took 2 IMRs, which is roughly the same voltage as a 2S LiPo. Not exactly the same, definitely not the same current, so we will see what happens. Hopefully this thing survives. If not, I will replace the switches with more robust switches, and likely no harm will be done. It does come with the wire necessary to wire up this part of the switch, but not the flywheel, so I'll be using my own wire for that. They are more powerful motors, so they'll need heavier wire anyway. So, let's get into this and see how well this thing fits in. I got some paint on this post, which is causing a bit of a kerfuffle, so we're going to need to sand that down. So a little sanding, a little filing until this moves smoothly, and now it does. It will, of course, use the original return spring, and it looks like this kit goes on over the top of it. Looks like you might need to Dremel off this post, which is where the thermistor board sat. I don't know if I had to Dremel it off all the way, but I did, and it does now seat much better. Now the shell will close. Okay, so the trigger switch conveniently has its own little mounting with 2 pegs that the switch fits onto perfectly, and then the trigger has a peg that comes up and pushes it, so that makes that really easy to line up and install. Now, because they provide you with this replacement motor switch, or rev trigger switch, you could still have your mechanical rev trigger lock in there if you wanted to, as opposed to creating an electric lock by having the power from the rev trigger also go to this, so that this switch doesn't have power unless the rev trigger is pushed. Either of those will work. I'm probably going to go ahead and leave the mechanical lock in, just because I like the mechanical lock. I will, of course, leave all the other locks out. So yeah, that is how that kit goes in physically. We will go into the wiring. We aren't going to need that. Next, so the cage that I'm going to be using is an Open Flywheel Project cage. I will have the link to that in the description. The motors are Michelle 2s, link in the description, And I'll be using a pair of Out of Darts' wheels, because. So, like I said, a little bit of everything from all sorts of different places. This is a very eclectic and well-rounded build. We are going to need to Dremel out the housing, but the 2S battery that I favor will fit into Stryfe stock battery cage without having to use a extended battery door. I'm going to use orange and blue because I appear to be out of red. Alright, well, it took me the better part of an hour, but I finally got the gearbox working, so that's probably unacceptable. I had to file things and Dremel things and whatnot. The gears just were not lining up properly. One of the posts is not in the right position, and I don't know what's up with that. Design flaw, manufacturing flaw, who knows? But I've got 2 more of these kits coming, and so if they're all like that, I'm gonna be miffed. Worst case scenario, I'll use the other full auto kit and just cut off the trigger assembly and use this trigger because I really like this trigger. Unfortunately, the pusher arm probably isn't cross-compatible, though it'd be really neat if it was. Motors seem to have solidified, so let's go ahead and wire up the motor housing. We'll need to figure out, first let's get the flywheels on. Now, a quick note on soldering, because I think I've had a couple of people contact me with this particular error. When you solder your motor leads, you need to make very sure that neither the wire nor the solder touches the metal outer shell of the motor, because that will short it out, or at least ground it out, and your blaster will not function. Alright, well, at the very least, we've got the rev system, the flywheel system, set up, and it's smooth and nice and quiet, and I love it. Alright, let's try this increasingly questionable full auto system here. Okay, I got it working. Now, to fully reassemble it. So this magazine, the darts are not far enough forward, and the pusher's not getting back far enough to push them in, so I'm curious what they expected you to use this with. Probably katana mags, but they're not as far, I didn't think they were as far forward either. Well, a friend is going to bring by some katana mags for me to test tomorrow, so we're going to put this on a hold for now. Firing demo. We tried it with a longer barrel because I thought it looked better cosmetically, and I still do. But the accuracy went completely out the window, so we went with a shorter barrel, and let's see how well it works now.
Yeah, that barrel drag is still no joke.
Yeah. Interesting. So that's gonna need some tinkering with. It was fine there for the first couple of rounds, and then one got clogged and the whole thing fell apart. All right. Trying a larger diameter barrel, we'll see if it helps. It's the broadside of a barn with this thing. Mm-hmm. All right, I have made a new barrel for it. This one's much larger diameter, which not only has alleviated some of the barrel drag, it also, I feel, looks much better. I think part of the reason the front end looked so puny was it had a puny barrel. So, let's try it now. The other issue I discovered was that the batteries were a little bit low. So I've recharged the battery, and let's take a look now. Much better. Alright, well, there it is, my Stryfe Tommy gun. I really like how it came out. I definitely like the look more with this heavier barrel. Definitely think that was what the problem was before. The barrel was too skinny and too short, and now it's longer and decidedly heavier. Not sure how I feel about the performance yet. I haven't been able to test things like FPS or range because it's pouring rain. But when I get the chance, then I'll decide if I feel those Michelle motors are good enough to overcome the barrel drag and all of that, or if I will go ahead and up it to Rhinos. Definitely probably won't go higher than that. If I go to Rhinos, of course, I will need to make an extended battery door, but I have the STLs for that. Couple of the cosmetic bits that are on here. This was the stock attachment adapter was given to me by Valour. The STL for that. I don't know that I actually have a link to it, nor is it mine to give away. So can't help you there. This handle filling piece is from Flachette-Spectre. It's part of his Stryfe The Block kit on Thingiverse. Link to that. Standard worker extended magazine. OFP flywheel cage, the Open Flywheel Project cage. And then these, I believe, are part of either the Hulker kit or the... Actually, I think these are from the Bolter kit, the Stryfe Bolter kit on Thingiverse. I'll have a link to both of those as well. The Foregrip is actually a barrel attachment, though I don't know that it can actually easily come off with the with this cowling here. And it really isn't meant to, but it is just a ion fire barrel that I cut down and then screwed a Rampage Raider handle onto. I could have gotten the one that connected down here, but I didn't like how much of a gap that left between here and the barrel, whereas this one left an acceptable amount, and it doesn't get in the way. It is just a little bit long. The whole blaster is decidedly long. This could do to be about maybe 2 inches shorter, and this could be a little bit... Well, this would actually be right where you'd want it then. But it does have a very rifle feel about it. The one thing I may still look into is some kind of a rear sight. I considered just fabricating something really simply, but it's a Nerf gun. You don't really need sights. Cosmetically, of course, the barrel should be a little bit higher, and there's a lot of things that aren't quite Tommy gun about it, but I definitely like how it looks now. So there it is. That's how it came out. I hope I've given credit to everyone who needs credit. If not, let me know and I will add it. But let me know what you guys think of this particular build. It is a lot of black and brown, which generally is not such a good idea, but this was meant to be a cosplay piece or something vaguely resembling it. I'm thinking about using it in some LARPs that go on around here, and having a Tommy gun would be kind of a fun character if I played a kind of a mobster type character, which, given that I'm, an Italian, is fitting. My father was from Chicago. So, yeah, there it is. I love how it came out. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching.